Hello, this is Rasmus, and this is my presentation, summary, and analyze of the fairy tale Petronella. We have an author, a famous author called J. Williams. He wrote this book in 1971, and actually this book was filmed in 1978. I have yet to see the movie, but perhaps I will get it someday. Okay, the summary. The text, I have a short summary. The text is about Petronella. She is a princess in the kingdom of Skyclear Mountain. She's the heroine of this story, and it's about her going out on a journey to find the true love, her fortune at least. On this journey, the first obstacle, she meets a tree-forked road. On this road, there's an old man, which of course she frees this man from his curse, and this man becomes her helper, and he tells her the secrets to defeat, or at least find true fortune, defeat the Wizard Albion, which is the opponent in this story. She has to find this happiness, completing 3 tasks set by the Wizard Albion, and of course she completes these tasks, which is further down the text. After the completion, after she completes the task, she escapes from the castle with her prince. After she uses the magical objects to slow down, trap, and find out how magical this enchanter is. She realizes the prince is actually up to no good, and in fact this wizard is a nice guy, and she ends up taking him home to meet her parents. Of course, yeah. Okay, that's the short summary. The analyze, we have here we have the sender, Petronella, the object, prince, or at least love. In this case for the princess, she's trying to find the true love. And we have the receiver. The receiver, the text, is Petronella. We have, in all fairy tales, we have a helper. This is the old man, which she frees from her spell. And the magical objects, a hairbrush, a comb, the mirror, and the golden ring. All has symbols, at least the gold ring is very symbolic, and I'll tell more about that later. The subject, which the story is about, is Petronella. Then we have the opponent, set up to be Albion, but it's actually about anti-feminism and prejudices about feminism, or at least female heroines. Yeah, moving on. The analyze. We have the story Petronella. It has all the basic and important elements to make a great, or at least a fairy tale, old school fairy tale. We have a lot of magical numbers. We have numbers 3 and 7. They're actually seen quite frequently in this story. We have the 3 brothers. We have, example, 7 dogs, 3 obstacles, 3 tasks, which he has to complete and use to find the true love. You have, like in all, it starts out to, the story is hiding beneath an older story, or at least an ordinary fairy tales, which have the 3 brothers, and the older brothers is set up to be the classical prince who saves the damsel in distress. But in fact, that's not even the case. It's not about it's about breaking the never-ending circle, which you often find in fairy tales. And of course, Petronella, instead of being a young prince, is a young princess. So she has 2 older brothers, Michael and George. Instead of the third, like he always called Peter, this one always called Peter, she's called Petronella. And it's a female heroine. Petronella is a true heroine, fair, beautiful, and just. It starts out by the brothers wants to set out, find their fortune. And of course, Petronella, being the heroine that she is, and the stories about her, she doesn't want to sit back at home and relax waiting for the prince to come to her. She actually wants to go out and find this prince, breaking this circle, and breaking the magical number 3. The 3 boys, she breaks that number. She sets out on this task with the brothers, despite that the king says no. She says, of course, I'm an independent, I'm a grown-up, I'm a strong woman, I'm actually a princess, so you can't hold me back. So she sets out on the task as a brothers. She meets, and they travel along a road, meaning the journey, and they find the 3-forked cross in this road, or on this road. In this 3-forked cross, there is an old man sitting, and this man is actually he's cursed, and the way he's cursed is he can only answer one question per person. So the first brother, we're down here, I think, below Skyclimber. We have this sentence here. The first question: where do these roads go to, old man? The road, blah 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 blah, and the center blitz, the road of it. And then again, that's one. That's the first question by one person. Then the second brother, probably not so smart. What do you mean by that's one? I mean, said the old man, that I'm forced to sit here on this spot, out stirring, and that I must answer one question from each person who passes by, and that's 2. Then again, Petronella, being the just, fair, beautiful heroine, she asks the old man in the road, is there anything I can do for you? And of course, being Petronella, that's the one question that can set this man free of the curse. So the man's free, and he can answer all Petronella's questions. The 2 brothers depart for the 2 other cities, and Petronella asks, where can I find a prince? And that's in the enchanter's house, and so on and so on. Then they talk a little about how she can defeat, or at least since she's not very experienced, and not many princesses are experienced in defeating enchanters, she asks him, what can I do to complete this task? Being an old man, and he doesn't know everything, but he does know that there are 3 magical secrets. She has to complete 3 tasks. The number 3 is important. Again, it's a magical number. It's often seen in fairy tales, so we have that. Again, the fairy tale storytelling mode. But she has to complete these tasks and find a comb for her hair, a mirror, and a ring to put on her finger. That's the things that she needs to get from this wizard to complete this task. So on, she rides to the enchanter's house, and to her surprise, it's not dark or dim. It's actually quite comfortable, and it's the first indication that we have as a reader of this text that this enchanter might not be such a bad fellow after all. And then the work begins. She has to complete 3 tasks. The first task is she has to look after his 7 huge black dogs, 7 of them, intimidating, probably would eat her, but again, this heroine, this princess, she doesn't back down. She rises up against these dogs and just shows them a little compassion, a little love, talks to them, and she gets the comb for her, the first object. And so on. The same story goes on about the horses. She cares for them, she feeds them, 7 big horses, and she gets the second object, the mirror. In this meantime, there's a little. She looked across the lawn, and here she finds comfort in a prince is. I just have to say the prince is lazy. He's arrogant. He's. That's what the impression we get. But at least he's handsome. While looking at him at a distance. The last task is 7 screaming falcons, and being beautiful and talented, and she has a talent for singing. Apparently, she sings for these birds and calms them down and take care of these birds during the night. And of course, that she receives a single diamond ring. Again, a single diamond ring, that could mean a wedding ring. I would like to assume that it's a wedding ring, and that the wizard has a point in giving this gift to her. We come to the escape. She escapes from the house, but not really escaping, because the princess is actually locked away, so we'll come to it later. And she uses these gifts. The first she throws on the ground is a comb. Now this is the first obstacle for the wizard to kind of win the princess over. It would seem like. So he turns himself into an axe, cuts the whole forest down, and moves on. Completes the task. After riding and the wizard hunting Petronella and the prince, she drops the mirror, and that mirror magically becomes a great lake, and the wizard turns himself to a salmon, swim across the lake, and the hunt continues. The last of the object is the wedding ring, so she takes off the wedding ring, or the ring at least, throwing on the ground, and the wizard is magically trapped within this wedding ring, within the bindings that this wedding ring is enchanted with. And then, of course, caught by guilt, she returns to the enchanter, demanding that she must let her and the prince go. He must set the prince free, and well, he declares a love for her, and I wasn't chasing him, said the enchanter. I was chasing you. You are just the girl I've been looking for. You are brave and kind and talented and beautiful as well. And that again could mean that the symbol of the ring, it could be a wedding ring. And said she, how do I get this ring off you? Give me a kiss. Again, a true love kiss. In a fairy tale, all fairy tales with princes and princesses, enchanters, ends in a magical kiss. A true love's kiss, perhaps. We don't know, but it breaks the binding of the spell, and well, eventually they go home to her parents and leave Prince Ferdinand of Firebright to walk home as best he could. That's my presentation. Lasted about 14 minutes, so I was in the time zone. Thank you for listening. Bye.